What's up, guys? Oregon Dipper here. Sorry if I'm kind of quiet. I got some folks are sleeping upstairs. I'm trying to keep it down so hope y'all can hear me alright. UT Southpaw, want to give you a shout out. Appreciate your feedback on my video. It means a lot. I'm kind of new to this, but a lot of you guys inspired me to do these, and it's actually pretty cool, getting feedback from you guys. I really appreciate it. I really encourage you guys to drop comments and tell me what you think. Um, anyway, I published uploaded a video of some skullberry here the other day, and unfortunately, that's all I got right now. So, gotta finish that off. Can't waste it. So, anybody who doesn't have a dip in, cheers. Unless I'm packing it kind of funny, but there we go. So, yeah, put a big old gacker in there. I had about a quarter can of wintergreen that I mixed in there to kind of even it out a little bit, cause that skullberry just, yeah. I don't know, if I was about 18 years old, chick, I think it'd be just perfect, but I'm 24 years old, and I'm a man, so skullberry, sorry, but not my thing. So, I want to talk about something different today. Good news. I got offered a pretty good deal today. I work. My dad owns a. Try not to give out too much can't talk. Too much personal information. But my dad owns this land surveying forest engineering business. So I grew up in the woods, and um, I work as a land surveyor assistant, and I don't have very good credit. Um, from when I was younger, I fucked up on some medical bills, and anyway, it's a long story, but I don't have good credit. So, um, a buddy of mine who owns a quad shop just down the road happens to be my neighbor, and he told me today. I went and saw him, and I said, "Hey, I'm looking for a bike." He's like, "Well, what do you want, a street bike?" I'm like, "No, not a street bike. If I got on a street bike, I'd probably last about 5 minutes before I snap my neck." So, I was thinking more of a side by side. So I don't know what you guys think about those razors, but I don't know. They look pretty badass to me. So I got a choice between uh, he's got a used, I think it's a 2014 Polaris 570 uh, four-wheeler, and then he's got a side-by-side Razor two-seater. I want to say it's not a 1000. It's like a 500 or 750 or something. They're both used, but the Polaris is in a little better shape. But man, I really want one of those side-by-sides. Those things are badass. I mean, you could just beef them up and make them fucking scream. So, anyway, just looking to see what you guys think. Um, Polaris 570, which I know have got some balls. I've ridden them before, and those things will flat fucking get it. Um, and side by side, it's nice. from what I understand, it's got some rust because we live here on the Oregon coast, up in Astoria. So problem around here is things rust really quick if you don't take good care of them. So I'm kind of leaning towards the Polaris 570 because they came from Eastern Oregon where there's not as much salt air. But I really want that side by side. Both four-wheel drive. Um, we got about 20 something acres. Um, I live on a farm. We got cows and shit, so plenty of room to ride. But I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what the best bet is. I'll try to get you guys some pictures, and you guys can tell me if what might be the better fit, or if you guys got one and what you think about it. A lot of buddies around here, um, well, sons of bitches, they got money coming out of their ears, and they got the brand new side by side 1000s, and they beef them up. And I'm a little more practical. Yeah, I don't need to impress anybody, you know. I don't really care, what it is, how nice it looks, as long as it's something I enjoy doing, enjoy riding. Um, so, yeah, hopefully my mom doesn't find out that I'm spitting in her nice coffee cup here. But, anyway, um, yeah, so I got a 2000 Chevy Silverado. Uh, it's just a regular old truck, standard cab, four-wheel drive. The only thing I don't like about it is it's got the electric four-wheel drive, which I've had a little bit of problems with. Had the 5.3 liter Vortec in it, and it blew up. So I dropped a 6 liter in it, just a regular old Chevy 6 liter, and that son of a bitch screams. The only thing I don't like about it is it doesn't wrap out like the 5.3. The 5.3, that sucker can, I mean, I could push 5,500 easy on it without a problem. And I'll be honest, I'm not a huge Chevy fan. I, I like Chevys and I like Fords. I like Dodges too, but I was always brought up, on the farm. I've always had Fords. We got a 98 Ford 1 ton with the 460 in it. Nothing's badass, but uh, unfortunately, I'm not a millionaire and I can't afford to drive a son of a bitch because it gets about 8 miles to the gallon on a good day. Um, but my Silverado's got some Toyo open country mud trains on there. I like them. Um, reason I got those is because they do real good in the woods. The one thing I don't like is the tread is real soft, and if you're not careful, if you break them loose too much on the gravel or on pit run, it'll tear chunks right out of them. So kind of kind of bummed about that. But they're 10 ply, and I've never once gotten a flat. So I mean, when you're in the middle of what we call here in Oregon bumfuck Egypt, the last thing you want is a flat tire. In most places, when you get a flat, you can't easily change it. Um, so there's no real topic here, um, besides the fact of the whole four-wheeler situation. And my truck, I'm just trying to figure out anybody out there who's got a Chevy with a 6 liter, um, what what kind of exhaust they recommend to put on there. I want some kind of exhaust. I just got a regular stock exhaust. I'm pushing, I think it's stock 325 horsepower. I do have a K&N in there, so maybe I'm pushing 340 or something, but um, It only I've had problems with is the I don't have a lift in it, and I'm not a huge. I mean, of course, everybody likes jacked up trucks, but what I use it for, I use the bed a lot. Yeah, I'm 6'3", but I don't want a jacked up truck to where I gotta lift, above my head to put something in the bed. Um, but I am looking for a body lift. Um, I don't know what you guys recommend as far as you truck owners out there. Um, a body lift or or some blocks. I'm not quite sure. I wouldn't mind just getting a 2-inch body lift, but what I'm getting at is when I drop that 6 liter in there, it's a lot heavier than the 5.3. So I got, instead of sitting flat, the front end sags down a bit, and I noticed that I blew a hub um, on one side, and of course, you go to O'Reilly's or your local auto parts store, and you usually got two options. You got the cheap one, you got the better one. And I got the better one. Well, it wasn't a month later, uh, probably 2 months after putting the 6 liter in there, I blew the other hub on the other side. My ABS light came on, and then after another, I don't know, 300 miles, it started. You could tell by looking at the wheel that it was, looked like a race car or something. But so anyway, exhaust. I'm just kind of wondering what I should put in there. I want something that sounds good. I don't. I looked a little bit. I don't want, they got the level 1, level 2, level 3. I don't want something that just screams, but I want something that sounds good, but that's also practical. Um, so we live, I don't know, my house is like a quarter mile from the beach. You can drive on the beach here. So, that's another thing. Toyo open country mud terrains do not do good on the beach. I can tell you what, if you don't air them down, doesn't matter if you have 10-wheel drive, they don't do good at all. But, as far as towing, if you air those things down to, 15, 20 pounds, that thing will, I mean, it'll tow a house down. The only problem is, if you're running them, I don't know what I run them at on the road, you know, 35 or something. I don't know. But if you go down to the beach and you go to pull somebody out, your chances are, unless it's really packed sand, you're going to get, end up burying yourself if you're not careful. But anyway, um, just some thoughts on the bikes. What you guys think of the side by side or the Polaris 570. Anybody out there who's got a Polaris 570? I've driven the 400 Polaris, the new ones, and I mean they're nice, but I want something with a little more power. I've driven the 570, and those things are sweet. Um, but man, I really want a side by side too. So I don't know. Um, I'm kind of at a toss up as far as what to get. Um, but the guy said he's gonna work with me. Um, as far as just paying him every month and not having a down payment at all because he's my neighbor and I used to work for him when I was in high school, and I don't know, I guess I just lucked out because who gets to have a 10 plus thousand dollar machine and not have to pay a down payment, especially when you have no credit, and not just no credit but bad credit. So um, I lucked out on that. So anybody drop a comment and tell me what you think as far as that. Um, the exhaust on my Chevy half ton with the 6 liter, what you guys recommend, and what kind of, if anybody has a 570 Polaris, let me know what you think of them. or what the, pros and cons are. I'd really appreciate it. So, anyway, um, off to work in the morning at 6. So, I will talk to you guys soon. Hope to get some more subscribers. Subscribe to my channel, like it, um, and drop a comment. Alright, guys. Oregon Dipper, out.